Welcome to episode 302. This is the Truth Be Told podcast. This is episode 302. The name of this episode is The Power in I and We, and we're just going to be talking about maintaining individuality while you're in a relationship, while you're married, while you have kids, all of the things. This episode is sponsored by Sophisticated Smoke LLC. If you all would like a colas portable hookah, use code KB and get 5% off. The website is sophisticatedsmokellc.com. We have three special guests today, my battles. We are all here today, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
Just plain old Cindy.
Yeah, plain
Yes,
old Cindy.
Cindy.
Oh, you done already?
Yeah.
Oh, please. How y'all doing? Willie G. Andre, in the flesh. Peace and blessings to all the young people.
Hey, you got Travis, aka Trap, Georgia boy, down in the Bronx.
Okay, y'all. So, on this episode, we're going to be getting into it. We got some spicy questions for y'all. I also wanted to tell you all, if you haven't already, make sure you get the Side Hustle Blueprint. The link is in my bio. The book is $30 and it has 30 plus side hustles in it. So if you're ready to bridge your financial gaps, make sure that you purchase the Side Hustle Blueprint. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna get into it. So we're gonna be doing the two truths and a lie. So we're gonna start with you.
Okay, mine are, I have 3 kids. I'm Puerto Rican and I was born in California.
Oh, okay. So mine are, I'm a gun enthusiast, Nike lover, and I drive a Camaro.
Mine is I'm 50 years old. You can tell by the grades. I like hiking, snowboarding.
All right, y'all. So comment down below which one do you think is a lie. And at the end of the episode, we're going to reveal which one is the lie. And we'll have them repeat it again just in case y'all missed it at the end of the episode. So I hope y'all remember what y'all said so y'all can have y'all tell everyone which one was a lie. So we start off each and every episode with a shot o'clock. So come on up, guys. Have us a little shot. So cheers to episode 302.
302.
Let's get into it.
We go drink the
Yeah, we ain't babysitting nothing.
They like communion.
Somebody, okay, thank you. Yeah,
I have more than you guys.
negative.
Lies.
I take like communion.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into it. So we'll start on this end, and we'll let Travis start with the questions. So,
So my first question, is just balancing time together versus time apart. So, how do you find balance between quality time with your partner and time alone?
I think for me personally, I'm away from my partner throughout the week because I'm on active duty orders. So when we are spending that time together, like when I am able to come home, we kind of cherish that time and just kind of channel in on that time. And we also, outside of our relationship, we make sure that we spend time with our friends because I think that's very important as well. So for the balance for me is pretty easy because I'm kind of forced to be here for right now. But I think that once I do make the transition back to my civilian life, I think the balance will be like us, while we're at work, kind of just channeling that in. And then when we're home, we're kind of just, unplugged and just spending that time together.
Now, cat off of that, just do you believe that spending time apart can lead to more appreciation for each other or distance between?
Ooh. I think a little bit of both. I think it definitely makes you appreciate the time that you have together, and it also can create some type of space and distance. But I feel like that space and distance really help you appreciate that person more. Like spending time apart from them, you have more to talk about versus when you're in their skin every single day. Sometimes you may not talk, or you may just be so comfortable. It's like, okay, but the time that you spend apart, you kind of spend time learning more about your partner because I feel like we change every single day.
Yeah.
So
Give me a little time to miss each other.
what do you think, Cindy?
Cindy, what do you think?
So, so I'm kind of in the same boat as you a little bit, not so much anymore, but my time apart from my spouse is obviously when he goes to work or I'm with the kids and I do play dates or I meet up with my mom friends. So I do believe that being apart and doing things apart does help, rather than just being together all the time and under each other. You don't get time to breathe and like miss each other. So I definitely do think that time apart is good. And the second question was,
do you believe spending time apart can lead to more appreciation for each other, or can it create emotional distance?
I agree with Kavandria.
Kavandria. Hit with the whole government.
I do agree with her. I think it could be both. Being apart can definitely help miss the other person, and being together too much can be damaging. So.
Yeah, move on to Mr. Willie.
Hey, come on, you put my that's my legal name. So make sure I understand, Mr. Trout. So you said,
okay, AKA.
Yeah, you might, I picked it up.
Yeah.
So here's your question.
So how do you find balance between quality time with your partner and time alone?
Okay, so see that right now for me, quality time is like what they call them love languages. That's like one of my love languages. Like I don't really like people being up under me, but I'm cool. Like if I can be sitting here watching TV and you can be over there on your iPad, that's cool to me. Like long as we in each other's presence, we can go 3 hours not even speak. I might look at you, you look at me. You good? You good? All right, we good. That's cool with me. I like that because like me, I'm an only child, so I really don't want you around me like that, just in my space. But yeah, so that's how I see that.
You got one roommate. That's all you want.
So, how do you find the balance? Or I'm sorry, do you think there is pressure to be one unit or a couple rather than two independent individuals in a relationship?
Now say that again. Repeat that again.
Okay. Do you think there's pressure to be one, like to be a unit, or just to be a couple, or rather than two independent individuals in a relationship?
So, I would say a unit, but with separate goals that's supported by each other.
Okay,
You know
that's good.
Yeah, because you might not do the same thing that I like. So I would have an opinion of what you would like and support you, but you should have the same for me. So yeah, I don't think we should be fighting amongst who should have the better idea with one goal. That's
right. Okay.
That's just me.
Shit, it's my turn. You just want to talk to these people. So I definitely agree. It's harder to be a unit with somebody because the person is so used to doing their own thing, and now you're asking two people to come together and put their differences aside. Even though, yeah, I like you, but really, why did you like me in the beginning? Because I was my own person. So that's what you really got to look into. But pulling together, it's a beautiful thing when they do come together because it's two totally different people coming together and like sharing the same values and aspirations.
Okay. Kind of agree with both of them. With both of them, mainly Travis. But I do believe that, like you said, having two different people come together, but still having the same goals together and still being able to do things separately as well is good with each other. So being a unity as one, but at the same time being able to separate like your own stuff.
Okay.
How can having separate hobbies, friendships, or interests actually actually strengthen a relationship?
Oh, you gonna start me? Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, the people love me. So having a different hobby, that's the beauty of it. Like they're gonna show you something. Like let's say you like traveling, but I don't. So getting with you, I'm surprised I don't meet like that. So much respect to Mr. Price. But like, okay, Mr. Price would be with you. He don't like going nowhere, but you are basically showing him the world and showing him something he's never seen before. And then he might like to, I don't know, drive around. Like that's his piece. So you just learned a new way to find tranquility in life. I think that's what I like right there.
Okay. Repeat the question again. Let me hear it again. Tune me back in.
How can having separate hobbies, friendships, and or interests actually strengthen a relationship?
Okay. Um, I would say having different hobbies will allow you to learn your partner. Um, especially if either party is down and they, want to be pepped up, cheered up, something like that. You can, plan an event with their hobbies and y'all can do it together. Just off of what he likes or she likes.
Okay.
For me, I think having separate hobbies definitely helps teach you something, maybe something that you're not interested in. Like for me, I'm big on skating. Like I like to skate. So my partner, he's not a big skater. So maybe I can teach him to skate backwards because he doesn't know how to skate backwards. Like having different friends, I feel like is good because it's yes, you're doing things together, but it doesn't always have to be together. I can go be with my friends, and it just gives you some sense of space. Because I feel like often enough people kind of suffocate each other because you do this together. You got the same friends, you got the same this, you got the same that. And then when you do need a second apart, it's still all together. Like everything is already all together. So I feel like definitely having different friends is like, you just taking a breather, you're just having a good time and just enjoying your friends' company. And also you just learning about different friendships. Because I feel like my partner's friends and my friends are two different people, personalities, everything. So you just kind of it's like an evolution of just learning about different people in different ways.
Oh yes. So my question is individual versus shared goals. So when it comes to goals, is it possible to both have shared goals as a couple and personal goals as individuals? And how would you balance that? Who would like to go first? Sydney, since you got so much to say.
Sydney, not Sydney.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Give a whole nother negative.
So I believe you should obviously have both the individual goals and then relationship goals, just because, or together goals, whatever. Just because, like, for example, me and my husband, like, our goals are to obviously retire and still have income coming, and buy more homes to be able to rent, and that will help with the retirement and everything. Our individual goals, obviously, mine's retiring with the military. His is retiring with his job. So it's like we have individual goals and then we have our goals together as a family. What's the question?
Oh, just how you balance that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, obviously the together. Well, we always discuss all of them. So like our goals individually, we'll discuss them, and our goals together, we always try to discuss them to make sure we have like we're on the same page for everything.
So you think that's important to discuss the goals and the communication of making sure y'all on the same page with that?
Yes, because if I don't know what he's planning on doing, then that could affect mine. Like so.
Yeah.
You never know. Like I say for like with me being here on orders, like that could have easily affected his goal, his career, and everything. It didn't. We worked it out, but yeah, you need to discuss everything. Like even before, I believe that even before you take like an initiative with anything, you should always discuss it with your partner.
So you believe in? So I guess my question is it okay to tell somebody to go that hey, you can't do that? It's just not gonna work. But that's their goal. So you basically told them they can't achieve something they want to do. Is that okay?
I don't feel like no. I feel like you should be encouraging them. Like anything, like I feel like some goals is like may sometimes be a little bit out of reach, but you can give them like a reality check, like, babe, maybe we can't do this in 10 years, but we can do X, Y, and Z to build into this so that maybe in 5 years we'll be a little bit closer, but we might not be right there where you want to be. I feel like the goal is just to continuously encourage your partner, like, don't be Debbie Downer, like, no, we're not doing that, or whatever, whatever. And just be open to new ideas. I feel like being in a partnership is about just being open to things changing and things being new. Because when you stay in one, stuck in one set, in one mind, and like we living here for the rest of our life, we retiring here for the rest of our life, we gonna go to this job for the rest of our life. It's just like, I need that change. I need something different. I need something new. Like, I feel, especially with everything that's going on in the world today, like, you really need to just kind of open up your options, have multiple streams of income, and not the same stream within the same thing. Like, doing different stuff just to kind of really just get the brain flowing and juices pumping for real.
And most definitely, if you deny my goals, especially as a partner, I would need you to elaborate to help me understand why this doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because I might not be seeing what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
I like that. So our next question is the risk of losing yourself in a relationship. So have you ever felt like you lost a bit of your identity in a relationship? How did you navigate
I do feel like I have lost a bit of my identity, but it was only because I feel like I had unrealistic goals for myself while I was in that relationship. Like, I was like, oh, we need to be married by this time, we need to have kids by this time, we need to be buying a house, we need to be doing this, like, and I was like kind of rushing the process. So I felt like I was like losing myself. Like, I'm so far away from my friends, my family, that I'm like losing myself, and I'm trying to turn into this person. But my partner isn't even this person, even isn't even half of this person that I need them to be for us to achieve the things that I want to achieve in within this time span that I've given me. And I've also learned just time is not a real thing. You can fall in love with somebody in 3 months. You can hate somebody in 2 months. Somebody that you've been with for 5 years can show you more love than somebody that you've been with for 10 years. So I feel like with me, just losing myself in that relationship just taught me that I had unrealistic goals and standards for myself, and I just had to channel back and just kind of pour back into me, because I felt like I was dumping and pouring into this person, and we need to do this, we need to do that, and the person was not even thinking about that. They like, well, we got 5 more years, we got this time, we got that time, we can do this, and that's not what I wanted. So I felt like I was just turning into a housewife for nothing.
So do you think that you were molding yourself or trying to mold him for your benefit?
I felt maybe. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I was, and I really feel like it was for my benefit. I just felt like I knew what we needed best, and the way that my partner at the time was just spending money on cars and doing all the things on cars. It was just like, we stay in an apartment. Why are you getting a 6-figure car?
So he didn't have no life goals for himself.
Yeah, I felt like it was like talk. Like, you know how you be on the phone pillow talking with somebody when you first get in, I'm like, yes, I got this goal, I got that goal. And then when it's time for you to see them goals, it's like, well, I'm about to go buy a Mercedes Benz. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go do that. And you're just buying cars and cars. But a car sitting outside of an apartment, $100,000 car sitting outside of an apartment, let's be FFR. So.
You got your priorities kind of mixed up.
Yeah, no, he had his. I had mine. I had my head.
Saying you, but I'm just saying the person you
yeah.
got your priorities mixed up.
For me, yes, I have felt like that. I would say, as a parent, I could definitely lose myself. Well, I have lost myself. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, so it was all about my kids, my house, my husband. So yeah, so I think as a parent, as a mother especially, not saying, dads don't, but I feel like moms definitely do lose themselves the most when it comes to family, kids, and I definitely went through that. I don't want to say I got out of it because I wasn't like trapped. It was something that I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to be there for my kids for everything that went on for them. So, and I still want to keep doing that even though I'm working. So yeah, so I don't want to say I got out because I still enjoy doing that.
So part of that was like y'all communicate with each other, and then you had your part to play, and he had his.
Yeah. So.
And you still want to play that role, but
still work.
Still work.
Yeah. So like I want to be there for my kids still for everything, no matter what, but I also want to work. So like being on these orders, I've missed a lot of stuff from like my kids because I've been over here and they've been over there. So yeah, I definitely do miss that, and it's not something that I would say I wouldn't want it back, because I would want to be there for my kids again and like be the housewife, but I would also want, instead of just dedicating my life to them or everything that I did to them during that time, I would want to do something on the side, something for myself.
So for me, I can't, in a relationship, I can't say I've ever lost myself, because I've only had one serious relationship, so I focus on myself so much because I just want to be good. I have to be good for you to be good. And really, but when I I give myself more to other people than I do for myself. Basically, I'm going to do more for you than you ever going to do for me, but that's how I want to be. I lose myself in that aspect because my goals in life is anybody that's around me, I'm going to take care of you before I take care of myself. Like, that's just the person I am. I'd rather be at 10% and you be at 100%. Which that's how I end up losing myself, because sometimes I forget about what I need to be doing because I want you to accomplish everything that you want. And so that's kind of what I do with the women that I do deal with. I just want them to be happy.
The women I deal with?
Ludicrous.
Like, but even
there you go.
They just like, but it's like at the same time, I'm very picky when it comes to them too. Like, I'm picky to the T with them. I'm like, your knees rub when you walk. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
You know what? I had enough. Okay.
I understand.
Next question. How do you communicate the need for personal time or space to your partner without it feeling like a rejection?
Oh, that's easy. Let me tell you.
It's not your
fault. I'm sorry. I thought it was an open table. Excuse me.
No.
So I got I'm fortunate enough to have a wife that doesn't mind me having my own space, because what I'm saying, I'm not introvert. I hate staying in the house. I gotta do something. You know what I mean? And she's the opposite. So she knows I'm gonna go berserk if I gotta sit there and spend too much time with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm a pool fanatic. So pool, dominoes, any outside sport, that's what I do. So she'll allow me like that time just by myself and to chill and to, clear my head and come back without nagging like, oh, you been gone for too long. Like, I don't need that this is my personal time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we'll communicate. She'll communicate with me and let me know that, hey, I want to do something together. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I would say it's more of a direct message. Just to, hey, I need some me time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just straight out. Don't try to sugarcoat it like, hey, you ain't got no friends or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to push them off on nobody. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell them you need that time.
Oh.
It's your turn now.
Oh,
you can
no, for me, it's like, I'm a real forward person. I ain't gonna hurt your feelings, but I'm gonna let you know too, like, hey, look, I'm gonna pour into you all day. I'm like, hey, what you want to do today? Oh, we gonna go do it. But by 5:00, hey, I'm finna go over here, play the game, do me. I need some time. That's just how I am. It's like, I'm working on articulation, because sometimes I'll be like, hey, I'm going over here. You good? I could have said, okay, anything you would like to do before I go over here?
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do it, but like, you gotta work on that.
So what are you gonna do when you get married? Like, what you gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? Cause you just straight shut them up like, hey, 5:00. I don't care what you do. That's
Seriously.
kind of like how you sound. Like
But that's the beauty of a relationship, though. It's like, we take time to learn each other. It's like she's growing with me. You could be like, he don't mean no harm by what he's saying.
Yeah.
I done been around him long enough to know, okay, this is how he is. But I tell a lot of people, I tell at least some of my friends, like, a man gonna change for that one girl. And if I really like her, and she tell me, hey, don't tell me like that. Can we? I bet, because I care for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix this up and make it sound real good for you. But just Joe Blow, hey, I'm going over here to do this.
Yeah.
I ain't there with you yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of similar to Travis.
They married. That's why they so nice.
Yeah, well, I'm the extrovert
nice.
and he's the introvert. So I honestly just say, or I'll put in our calendar play date or coffee date with this person. No, I'm talking about my friends. When I go out with my friends. Oh my goodness. Or like anything like that I schedule with my friends. I'll just tell him or I'll put it in our calendar and he knows. Yeah, and then for like date nights, I'm the one who's like saying, hey, we need to go on a date night. Or he's actually been randomly doing it too. I'll just say, okay, get ready and let's go.
That just means he's catching on to like, yeah, I know my wife like to get out, so I'm finna
You're doing a great job.
try to communicate with that.
Okay. So guys, this episode is sponsored by Sophisticated Smoke LLC. If you would like a coeless portable hookah, visit sophisticatedSmokeLLC.com. Make sure you use code KB for 5% off. And Cindy, your
turn. What aspects of your identity are important to keep separate from the relationship? Examples: career, personal passions. What aspects of your identity are important to keep separate from the relationship? So like career, personal passions. It's kind of similar to the hobbies and all of that.
I would say none. I mean, I would love for every part of what I do. I mean, and for you to actually participate in what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need nothing to be hidden or separate from my partner because this is me. You know what I'm saying?
So like your job too.
Yeah, job too. If you want to work, bring your head to the job. Work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you what I do. You push the paper. I can go out there and do what I need to do. But it's all about it's a teamwork thing. So if you don't want to participate with it, then okay. But you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with that. Let's be authentic to a T. Like, I ain't got nothing to hide from you. Like, I'm just gonna tell you, this is what I do on a daily basis from 8 till I go to bed tonight. What do you do? Oh, this is what you do? Oh, cool. All right, man. Have a good day.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
You said mom.
Okay, have a good day. Like, you're insane.
What aspects of your identity are important to keep separate from the relationship? Examples: career or personal passions.
I feel like for the identity part, like with us all being in the military, like don't bring work home. Like I feel like it's easy for them to piss us off on any given day, like while we're here at work with all our soldiers, and not to come back. Like let's just say if one of us was a drill sergeant, we're not gonna go home and yelling at our kids or our husband, like they're one of our soldiers. So I feel like that's a big part of like our identity, of the identity part, to keep separate from the relationship. Like don't bring your attitude from your job home. Like cool off, breathe while you're on your way, maybe vent to your partner about it, but don't be nasty or, all right, y'all eating cereal tonight, y'all eating noodles tonight, figure out what y'all gonna eat tonight because I'm not cooking, because I got an attitude about something that happened at work, because at the end of the day, my family is gonna always be there. The soldiers, they here today, they in a new unit tomorrow. So I feel like that's a big part, is just keeping that separate. But as far as everything else about the identity, I would just say to just, obviously, like y'all said, be open with your partner. Like, Hey, even like let's just say they piss us off when we first get here. Hey, babe, they done piss me off. I'm just letting you know I'm not in the mood right now, whatever. And just be an over communicator. I feel like that's a big thing too. Not really communicating. So you come home, you balled up with an attitude, arms crossed, sit up, and they like, what's wrong with you? None. And they like, oh, okay. And it just kind of continues on throughout the day. Now you done wasted the whole day being mad at your partner over nothing. Baby, tell me what's going on with them soldiers. Oh, they didn't piss you off. I'm what? And also your partner has to be receptive to hear what you have to talk about. So with us having two separate careers and the things because we're civilian and we have a civilian job and we have a military job, I think just sharing both of those lanes and saying like today, like when we start back going to the field and stuff, like it's gonna be rough. We ain't gonna be able to talk as much. We gonna have X, Y, and Z going on. I love you. I hope you have a good day. I'm gonna be communicating when I can, but baby, I gotta get through it.
Yeah.
So.
And if I'm eating cereal, you better be eating that same cereal right next to me.
No, what? Just imagine your partner say you eat cereal tonight. They come home to another state. It's like, baby, slice me a piece of off of there since you got an attitude so bad.
Going straight on the floor.
Okay.
Oh, I got a question. Yeah, that's right. So, my question is the impact of parenthood on individuality. How do you maintain individuality when you become parents? And we'll just start there. We'll start right here, I guess.
Say it again.
All right, now. How do you maintain individuality when you become a parent? And it kind of leads into, are there any ways to persevere individuality while still giving your children the attention and love they need?
I would say especially when I became a parent, like just nurturing your kid in the right way, you know what I mean, and giving them that example, you know what I'm saying, off the top, like show them what they should do and what not to do, you know what I mean, at the same time, but I'm still give you a piece of me, like this is what your dad, likes to do, and you know what I mean, hobbies that I can show you that's enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, other than that, just being stern when need to be, and being yourself and giving them joy and that love and attention that they should have. You know what I'm saying? But, other than that, you be you regardless.
So would you say it's hard for you as a black man to be a father?
No, I mean not at all. I mean, 'cause my morals and stuff came from I didn't have no dad physically in my life, so my morals came from my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Seeing a solid figure and a family put together because they still together to this day. So seeing them and how they perform with each other and intertwine with their kids kind of gave me, that example that I needed to treat my kids in the same manner. So.
Well, I don't have any kids, but I treat my godchildren with lots of love outside of my relationship. Um, I also grew up without my father, but I had my mother, and I felt like, to your question, was how do you maintain individuality? I feel like my mom wasn't didn't really keep her individuality. I feel like her life revolved around making sure that I had the life for my kids. Early on, my mom lost two of her children in a house fire, so everything else she just kind of made sure that she provided the life that she needed for the remainder that we needed for her children after that. So she had more children. So it's like I need to protect my children. I need to do things. I need to do this for my children. I need to make sure I provide for my children. And even with their father in their life or not, I need to make sure that I'm full fledged, like doing everything I can. So I felt like she lost her individuality. There was time my mom wouldn't do certain things, and I felt like it was probably like when we was maybe 10, 11 or 12. That's when she started going on cruises and like getting back to herself. And my mom never cruised or did trips and stuff like that when she was younger. It may have been a trip to Atlanta a time or two, Tennessee, whatever. But I feel like she didn't begin to come back into herself until she got older, like until we got older and she got a little bit older in age. And it's like, okay, I'm a little bit comfortable with leaving my children with my grandmother. She left us with like my grandma would come down and watch us. So I felt like she lost her individuality. She didn't really have like her own identity. It was just all head to the ground. I'm making sure I'm doing everything for my kids to have the life that they need and the life that I want them to have. And we may not have everything, we might not have every brand name, this, that, and third, but they have everything that they need. They may not have all they wants, but they got all they needs. So,
so as a mom, I definitely think that I have lost my individuality. Kind of goes back to that other question that we had. But I do have to say that my husband is really good at like making sure that we have our own time away from the kids. So we travel a lot without the kids, and that helps a lot to just get us out of the mom and dad mode and just be ourselves, and have fun and be without the kids for a little bit. So that definitely does help. But I do think, like you said, having hobbies, like things that we can do. When I was home with the kids, I like doing crafts and stuff like that. So I would just start doing different crafts and different things to just keep me from being myself.
So even when you all leave your kid, like, does it make y'all? So you're on the trip and you're doing your own thing. Y'all, it just never leaves. Y'all are still thinking about them. Like y'all still technically want them to be with us.
Yeah.
Cause like you're supposed to leave and like leave them there, but you still, you know what I'm saying. You're supposed to be leaving them there. Like, okay, this is me time. I'm just thinking about me, but you still really ain't never left them. Like you still thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I have like my youngest, he has autism and stuff like that. So we cater to him in a certain way. So my mom, when she watches him, we always concerned about, what I mean, what's going on in the house. So we'll call back and my mom will respond like, didn't I raise you? Yeah, I got him. So stop calling me. He good. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of worry less because, I know she's going to take care of him in a way that we do.
So. Same with us. When my mom watches my kids, I worry a little bit less. But I still a little bit. But then when like my father-in-law watches them, I'm like calling up more. I don't know why. I think it's just because obviously it wasn't someone that raised me, but I know he's a good father because obviously he raised my husband. But he's like was a foster parent, so and he was really good, So, but I don't know. Whenever we leave, I'm the one that's always checking on my kids. And I don't know if it's more your wife or you, but I feel like as a mom, I'm always checking on them. My husband's like, they're okay, they're fine. No, I'm still checking on my kids.
Big shout out to my mom and pops. I'm so grateful that God gave y'all to me. Appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings.
Okay, your turn.
So, my last question, you touched on it a little bit. The role of communication. I want to switch it up. So, do you think you can communicate too much, or do you need to communicate and come to like a reconciliation? Like, I need to understand your point of view, or what I'm saying, I ain't with it.
I think that I do not believe that you can over communicate. I feel like we say that we're over communicating, but I don't believe that you can over communicate. I believe that over time you learn what works for your relationship as far as the communication aspect. Now, when you start veering away from that communication, then you start veering those problems into your relationship, et cetera, et cetera. I do not believe that you can over communicate. I feel like communicate now. If I went to the bathroom, hey, I'm in the bathroom. Hey, I'm like, okay, dragging it. No, okay, yeah, that's dragging it. That's dragging it. But like, let's just say, especially with just so much going on in the world for real. If I go to the gas station, I may not be going to pump gas. I may be going to go get a Snicker bar or something like that. Okay, babe, I'm going to the whatever to get a Snicker bar, whatever. Now, if I go from there to, and I'm about to go out with my friends. Okay, we with my friends, communicating in that aspect. Now, me, I'm a big heavy on location. Where are y'all at? What are y'all doing? Okay, y'all here, and I feel like also that takes into the thing with communication. I don't have to, sometimes you don't have to, like, let's just say we go into downtown, we go into the bars. and we bar hopping. I don't got to tell you every single bar because they all next door to each other. But if I could zoom in, look at your location, okay, they good, they get this bar, whatever, blah, blah. Okay, boom, they good. You may check in every hour, every 2 hours, whatever. Okay, cool. But you leave this house at 5 p.m. It's 10 p.m. and you ain't said nothing, baby. You want me to call the people? You want me to call 911? What is your emergency?
Why would you have to keep zooming into the location?
No, like I'm saying for like safety purposes. I would just be like looking at the location. Okay, they good. All right, cool. Like let's just say you thinking about your partner. You're not gonna be calling them while they out with their friends, they in the club, whatever. You ain't gonna call them every 60 seconds. Okay, they still out. Okay, cool. Maybe they on their way home, whatever. And I don't know if y'all ever had that foggy night where you then drunk a little bit too much and you driving and you driving home and you don't need to hear. Y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. So you didn't never had no.
They're about to drink and drive.
Literally.
They're about to drink and drive.
Anywho, you done had a night where you didn't had you a little drink or two because you're allowed to have 2 drinks to drive.
I don't pass the limit.
Okay, none past the limit, and you driving and all you want to hear is music. But your partner might see you driving home, whatever, blah blah blah, and they're like, okay, they good, whatever. Now something could happen to you in that time. Somebody got your location, they know where you at. But I do feel like you can over communicate. Like I'm not gonna walk to this room, that room. Hey, I just walked from this room, that room. I'm in this room. Okay, yeah. But I feel like you find what works for your relationship. This works for my relationship. This is how we communicate. Whatever you do in your relationship, that's your relationship. But I feel like a lot of people compare. Like, oh, I don't gotta check on my man, or I don't gotta check on my girl. Like she know where I'm at. She good. Like, no, I think that's BS. Like, but if that works for you, hey, do your thing. But baby, don't try to bring that into my relationship. Because I'm doing what works best for me. Baby, pick up that phone and let me know where you at. Before I call 911. Now you're a missing person.
So say like, so my wife, I tell her go with her friends like on a trip. She went to Vegas like for like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So out of that week, how many times a day should she communicate with me? Per se, your location finder and all of that stuff.
Well, you got do you have a location? Y'all got like iPhone.
Now we do.
Oh, okay.
It just happened like a couple days.
You know she with. Okay, you know she with her friend. I mean, y'all. How long have y'all been married?
About.
You better get it right. She's watching.
She's watching. I might get a little bit wrong, but it's been 2016.
Okay, so almost 10 years.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
So y'all know what works for y'all in that communication aspect. So if she, hey babe, we about to get our day started, whatever, cool. She might see some pictures while y'all out. Hey babe, we doing the ice bar.
As long as she talk to me.
Yeah. I feel like the no call, no show is a hell to the no.
See,
like no.
I get that, but I ain't finna be okay. Where she at?
No. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not meaning it like that. I'm saying if I want, like, let's just say I'm laying in the bed and I'm about to fall asleep, and I'm just like trying to see if my partner, what they doing, what they up to. Okay, cool. I'm thinking about you. Instead of me picking up the phone, what you doing? Oh, they still at the bar. Cool. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing with them. But I'm not.
That's different.
Yeah,
you can call me and just.
Oh yeah, or you can call and be like, babe, what you doing? But I be feeling like sometimes when you out with your friends, especially because like you're married, so you probably don't get to hang out with your friends as often. You got kids, you got your civilian life, you got your military life. You just have a lot of hats that you're wearing right now, so you may not get out. So I'm not. So what you doing? Y'all live together? Hell no, I'm gonna be like, okay, they still out. They having a ball. I hope they having a blast. Okay, cool, whatever. I keep doing whatever I'm doing. Clean up the house, get the kids together. But no, I'm not gonna be looking at your location every 60 seconds. No, I'm not. But I ain't heard from you about 2 hours.
2 hours.
Let me zoom it in.
Every 2 hours.
No, not every 2 hours, but like after 2 hours, let's just say you ain't heard from your partner. You may just. All right.
You hit me in the morning, babe. Good morning, I love you. This and that.
If you're on a guy's trip,
you might hit me in the evening like 5, 6. Like, babe, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Good. How your day been?
Oh, that's too long. That's too long.
That's too long for me. The morning to the evening to 5 p.m. No.
You on vacation? I'm not.
No, but if you text me, you may text me and be like, "Hey, okay." Call him. Yeah, call him on the phone. You don't have to call him. Text you. Okay. I might. I don't know. I gotta see. I might. Okay. What's your thoughts?
overly communicate?
Oh, yes, I think you can. Like, let me give you an example. So let's say, I feel like not everything needs to be told to your spouse if it will affect the relationship between them and someone else. So, like, for example, let's say you and me get into it, and I go to my husband and I'm like, oh my gosh, she pissed me off. I don't want to talk to her ever again, this, and that. And then he's like, okay, well, I hate her too. But then the next day we're like, oh, I love you so much, and this and that.
Oh,
then
yeah.
he's like, okay, well, I hate her, so now what? You know, and it can happen with family too.
Yeah.
Like, and I've lived through that, like with family, where this person says, you know, oh, I feel this way about this person, and then we're like, oh, okay, well, now we hate that person. Now we don't like them. Like, we don't want you dealing with this person. And guess what? They're still together now. So it's like, you know, so it can definitely be too much. Like, I think with stuff like that, like, yes, you can be mad at someone else, but I feel like not, if you know it's not, you're gonna like let it go, then don't mention it. Like, you can mention like, oh yeah, we got into it, but that's like, not like, oh,
what your feelings about it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that can also happen with, like, in relationships. Like, just say you and your significant other, y'all get into it, like, oh, let me tell you about what they did to me, this, that, and third, whatever, like, F them, all the things, you know, going on. And then tomorrow y'all back, oh, I love you so much. And they like, girl, why when he did or why would you? And then I feel like that just caused unnecessary tension. And I feel like people start investing in the bad and they don't see the good stuff that this person has done. Like, yes, we're a couple, we're in a relationship, we're gonna have our disagreements, our faults, whatever. So I do feel like that can be a thing too, with over communicating. You're with your friends outside of your relationship, or things that's going on in your relationship. Certain stuff just keep it to yourself, or talk to somebody that you actually trust, and like they're gonna give you solid advice, or they're gonna give you solid, like, just. And sometimes everything don't gotta be advice. It could just be, just listen to what I'm saying. Like, everything is not advice. So yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Willie?
Oh, well, glad you asked. So, with me, I'm a big communicator. So with whoever my future wife may be, oh, that's right. It's like I want that. I want her to be like my dog. You my friend. Me and you just tell me the whole story. Let's sit here and talk. And I'm gonna sit here and eat it all up. I'm like, oh, she did. She for sure. She shouldn't have did that. I'm like, because like we having story time. That brings you closer together. Like, oh, he hears me. And like, I'm also like, okay, now if we have an argument, now I'm not gonna tell my friend that we argue. But what does happen, and that's the good thing I have with like friends is male. Hey bro, so I did this. Do you think I did something messed up? You gotta have somebody on the outside that doesn't have a care about what y'all doing, because they ain't gonna look at it from a point of view like, oh bro, come on, don't do that. Like, that's like me and my boys like, hey, I did this. What you think? No, you shouldn't do that. And then you like, and then you can look at it, see how they say, oh, okay, I messed it up. But on that aspect, but I'm now the location thing. No, you ain't. No, don't even ask. Don't even. You don't ask.
Now going back with Cindy. Now, should I hate that person just because y'all got into it and you dislike it?
I have.
And we haven't had a quarrel.
I would have to see what happens.
I don't think it'd be like that though. I don't think it'd be like they be hating the person, but they be like, I feel some type of way too. Cause like, let's just say, for example, she told me a deep secret, and I accidentally told somebody else, or I just let it flow out my mouth. And she's like, why would you do that? Like, that's just da 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 da. And then she go tell her husband, and she's like, yeah, she told my secret. Like, she just talks too much. Like, she just be running off at the mouth, whatever, blah, blah. Your husband like, why does she talk so much? Like, what the, like, you know, you start feeling some, and it really be how people tell the story. Because if I be like, let me tell you about this BITCH, she da 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 da, all the things, you like, what that BITCH did? Like, now you tuned in, and it's just like the way you said it. And I don't feel like they'd be like, necessarily, I hate them, but it's like, okay, I got that little it about you, like, yeah, you did try to play my white face, like.
Yeah, but I can't just, I mean.
But everybody
it'll kind of be disrespectful towards you.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, but I would kind of have to see that for myself. Like,
Yeah, I'm like that. I need to see it. Like I want to be sitting there and see. So I'm like, so if you my wife, I got to see her disrespect you. Now I got a real issue with you. Like I witnessed you do it. But if I didn't see you do it, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I think you might be mad right now. So you explaining it to me from a place of anger.
Mm-hmm.
So now I take what you're saying, but I'm taking pieces of it. Like, okay, all this didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's the difference between men and women.
Yeah.
You might be amping that up too.
Yeah, because I feel like she told me something that one of her friends did. I'm like, girl, no, that's your friend. That's your folks. Now, if they become back friends, keep that girl away from me. Like, she already put in your face once. And I'm like that about, like, all my friends. I'm, like, super, like, protective. I don't want them. Obviously, we all got to go through some stuff to grow through some stuff. But I be feeling like certain stuff, I know what I'm going for. And if she did that to you, girl, and she come around me, I might smack her. I don't know. I got to see. So.
I go by the rule of 2, because 2 is my favorite number. So the first time, I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
That's on me. No, the first time, I'm like, that's on you. I forgive you. The second time, that's on me, because I let you did it again. You don't get 3 with me. I'm not doing 3, because I'm like, now I'm just an idiot at this point, because I already know what you finna do. And so I just put myself back in that situation. So the third time, ain't no these mean being mad, because that's who you are. Mm-hmm. I'm a firm believer and believe in who that person said they are. Whatever they're telling you, believe what they're telling you. They're not putting on a show for you. Mm-hmm. I definitely believe that.
All right, back to the location.
Got a location.
We share location, okay? And
who is we?
Me and my husband. I don't share with you.
I don't share my location with no body.
No, but
you don't share with your parents?
Okay, listen. I listen to too many crime podcasts.
Oh, so you be up at night? Oh my God, Sydney done killed her.
No, but you never know. You should at least share it with your parents so they know like where you are.
Well, see, me and my parents are different though. If like y'all see when we talk, it's like it doesn't even sound like I'm talking to my mom. So they know where I'm at. They know where I'm at. They be like, hey, my dad, he'll just come. Hey, boy, what you doing? I'm like, how you doing too, brother? And I'm like, I'm over here doing such and such. And then like I had one girl I was dealing with. I would tell him, hey, yeah, I'm going over here. I get a text maybe an hour later, where you at? You already, my mama's texting, you already know where I'm at, because he told you where I was. and I'd be like, oh, I'm such and such. Sometimes I test the water to see if he told her. I'm over here like, oh, your daddy said. Yes, you. I say, yeah, that's my man. It's like they already know. They already know. So why am I giving you my location? You already know where I'm at.
You never know.
They don't know where the people at. They don't know what the apartment number, all that.
You don't need to know all that. I'm all right. I'm good. If I say I'm good, but I believe that builds trust. If I tell you I'm good, then I'm good.
Okay, but that's fine, and that's good to have trust. That doesn't mean me and my husband don't have trust, or I don't have trust in my kids where they're at. I mean, I know everywhere they're at. But
you got the little apple.
Apple they have watches. But but either way, you never know what can happen.
You got an Apple Watch on the dog too. You know the dog.
No. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, y'all. We're about to wrap up this episode. This was episode 302. The power of oh my gosh. The power of I in we. This is episode 302. Thank you all for my special guests for joining us on this lovely episode. So we're gonna go through and let everybody tell which one was their lie. But first, say your statements again, and then after everything, we'll let y'all go one by one and say which one's the lie.
Okay, so my 3 were: I'm Puerto Rican, I have 3 kids, and I was born in California.
Okay, no, don't tell a lie yet.
Oh yeah, so mine was. I don't know what's so funny with me. I'm a gun enthusiast. I'm down with Nike to the day I die. And I drive a Camaro.
If they paying attention, they gonna know.
Mine was 50 years old, hiking and snowboarding.
All right, so which one was the lie?
My lie was I'm not a Puerto Rican. I'm actually Mexican. But I always get asked if I'm Puerto Rican, so.
Oh, mine is a Camaro. I ain't got a Camaro yet.
Oh, okay.
A lie?
Yeah.
You didn't lie.
No worries.
Oh, you trying to say I'm 50? I said, I don't think I look nowhere near 50. I look like I'm in my 30s. 50 years
Still
old.
white hair.
50, but
All right,
not 50,
guys.
it's good.
So they're not 50, not driving a Camaro, and not Puerto Rican. So, guys, this is episode 302. We're going to do a shot o'clock to end the episode. If you haven't already, make sure that if you want a colas and portable hookah, you go to sophisticatedSmokeLLC.com. And if you haven't already, make sure that you purchase the Side Hustle Blueprint. The book is $30. And it has 30 plus side hustles and exclusive access into a group meet so that we can hold each other accountable to completing those side hustles. So, guys, y'all ready?
Ready for it.
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining. Woo. All right, y'all. Thank you all for joining us. We are out.